Since the dawn of time, humans have thought up and created a diverse range of shoes, all the way from Roman sandals to the all-metal Sabaton shoe, and to more recently those weird 3D printed shoes. But one thing stayed the same throughout the millennia: the actual shape of the human foot. And all this time, people have been trying to match that shape, doing different things to their shoes to create the ultimate shoe matching comfort, utility, and support. In 1912, Edward Munson released a last that without a doubt changed the entire boot world for years to follow. But what set this particular last apart from hundreds of others? Let's dive into some history to unravel the enigma of the Munson last and see how it stood the test of time for over 100 years. While the details on Munson's early life remain scarce, we do know that he was born on December 27, 1868, in the quaint town of New Haven, Connecticut. After getting his bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering and liberal arts from Dartmouth College, Munson ventured into the realm of medicine, attending Yale Medical School, where he got his MD in 1892. It was right around that time that he was commissioned as a first lieutenant into the U.S. Army. For the majority of his career in the U.S. Army, Munson focused on improving the sanitary conditions during deployments and raising medical education and awareness among the Army troops. Prominently, Munson assumed the position of the head of the Army Shoe Board and was designated to develop optimal footwear for the American soldiers. And this is where we get to the fun part of the whole ordeal. Munson took 4 years between the year 1908 and 1912 so he could study the feet of over 2,000 US soldiers using radiography and physical examination. Yeah, he touched like 4,000 feet in those 4 years, culminating his research with the Munson last. Now, beside the fact that the last was made using what we call today data-based approach, there were several key factors that made the last stand out above the rest. A widened toe box, toe spring, ankle and heel support, and arch support. So let's take them apart one by one. Starting off with the widened toe box, which wasn't common at the time. Through his research, Munson found that making the toe box slightly wider than average allowed the toes of the wearer to assume a more natural position during wear, which in turn reduced fatigue and break-in time for the boots. Toe spring, or the upward curvature of the front part of a shoe sole, that was specifically designed to provide a natural flex point for the toes during running or walking. Munson wasn't the first person to add toe spring to his lasts, as it goes way back into the medieval times and even before that. But combining toe spring with all the other features of the Munson last is what made it so great. Ankle and heel support. Now this was a big part of why the Munson last was so successful. Combining the wider toe box with a narrow heel counter design allowed boots built on the Munson last to cradle the heel and the ankle of the wearer without restricting the toes. Having that tighter heel design allowed the Munson last to have greater support in the back of the foot to prevent injuries. And even if an injury were to happen, the structure of the boot was able to take some weight off of the area, letting the wearer bear the injury. And even outside of injuries, the heel support allows for better weight distribution and proper foot positioning. And finally, arch support. Arch support is often overlooked nowadays when picking a new pair of boots, with many people saying that high-arched boots look more feminine. But well-designed arch support is probably the most important area of a high-quality pair of boots. Good arch support effectively distributes your body weight across the entire surface area of your foot, which in turn takes the pressure off of your lower back and off of your knee. Munson's holistic approach to foot support was a scientific breakthrough in the realm of footwear. Following its introduction in the military, the Munson last quickly permeated civilian footwear, garnering recognition for its unrivaled comfort, support, and natural feel. It became the epitome of Munson's expertise in the field of orthopedics, which he accompanies with his book, The Soldier's Foot and the Military Shoe, a handbook for officers and non-commissioned officers of the line that holds all of his research findings and conclusions after the 4-year study. And now we can skip 100 years into the future where people still love the Munson last, but not many boot companies make it, with most of them becoming mass producers using extremely generic fit-all last for their boots, and even worse, using materials that really won't last longer than a year on the job site. So our team here at NYX Handmade Boots took it upon ourselves to revive the Munson last. We took our iconic H&W and 55 lasts and combined them with the features of the legendary Munson last. And after a year of prototypes and changes, we created the Thurman NW and the Thurman 55 last. These lasts combine all the best features of the Munson last with the iconic look of the NYX H&W and 55 last. And the best part? All of our boots are made here, in-house, in the USA, by real people, out of real, full-grain, 7 to 8 ounce thick leather. And these boots? They're sure to last you a lifetime. If you're interested in seeing how we make our boots, we upload a bunch of videos of literally just the process of us making the boots. And if any of you want to pick up a pair of Nicks on the new Thurman last, there will also be a link in the description. Or you can just go to nicksboots.com and find them in the new arrivals section. If that doesn't catch your eye, you can just browse our catalog of a bunch of handmade boots, including our bestseller, the Builder Pro. And if you're not looking for a pair of boots right now and you're just interested in boot history or leather facts or whatever it may be, then make sure to subscribe to this channel. And if you enjoyed this format of video, then please leave a like, leave a comment on what you want to see next. Hope you learned something, and have a good day.